Even though I like both Zaku I kits, both the original and the sniper version, I've always liked one thing about one of the kits, and that is this. I like the color pattern, the desert look to it. And that's what I've been always thinking of doing a desert version of this, especially this guy. So I'm going to paint this the way it is, but maybe slight alterations here and there, slight customization here and there, and I'll double it with this guy because I want to make a diorama scene with these little two guys. Just something small, something that doesn't take up too much space, but something that I can have ready, maybe for a show that's coming up in November-ish or something like that. Who knows? But let's see what we can do. So first off, the paints, and I had one paint in my hand which I thought I'd folded out, and there it is. So first off, I have hemp BS 4800 10 B21. Jesus, I can even barely read that. Is it B? Yeah. And I'm not saying because I can't read this, because it's the print is so light. RAF Nimrod. This is a tannish color that I had, that my good friends at Gundam Planet gave me as a gift, because they said people didn't like these paints, and I'm like, what? You idiots? Why can't you get these? But I think this is actually perfect for this color tone. So I have this color for this, so I have enough for these two guys. Let's put them here. So we have that. Now we can mix and match here, because obviously we have a darker tone. Now this is where I'm kind of like a little bit on the fence here. I don't have brown in lacquer. The only brown that I have close to it, well, let me rephrase that. I do technically have brown. I just have it in this color, number 7. And if you look at it in the light, which I can imagine you guys are probably saying, huh? It's very reddish. It's not brownish. I mean, technically the backpack on this guy is a brown color, but then you guys would probably say it's khaki. I pulled this out for the thrusters, so clearly I got for this and this. Fair enough, I'm going to use that. But for the brown tone, you know, I'm going to have to use an acrylic base paint. So I have this one, which is close to brown. This is khaki. This is actually really good paint from Tamiya. But going back to the overall body, because I could see this is a two-tone color, as you could see here. So you have the tannish color tone. This one is more of a light grayish tone. So we could use one of two colors that I have here. Actually, it's, in all due fairness, I actually have the same color. And I was like saying, wait, they look the same? 325 gray. JASDF F1 semi-gloss. So I think I can do it with both of these guys. The grayish tone for the inner frame parts, I could use Zeonic MS Gray right there for this. Let's go back to this backpack a bit, because you have this darker tone here. So I have Titan's Blue 1 for this. The beam rifle. Oh, so hold on, before I go to the beam rifle. So the weaponry here, which this guy has, I could probably use this. So mix and match, who knows? No metallic. In reality, I was actually thinking of metallic on certain parts. We'll cover that in a moment. I also have this one, sail color, and this is actually technically a part that I'm going to say Zaku Aurelius inspired me to get. When he was building his 1/60th scale Munzinger Z, he did a great series of color tones, but then he did a fade color using, I believe, this color. Now this is definitely something that you would put right over a darker color, but you do it such in a light pass in the middle of the part of the color to give it that highlight. Granted, I could probably do it in the areas of the feet, the backpack of that kit, but if I do it on this one, it's not going to look right, so this will be omitted. Won't use it. So I think that's pretty much it. I have all the colors here. All the colors. The Mono Y will be painted in the pinkish color. However, I've been slowly but surely fussing about with certain things. And with my recent build of the Yamato kits, I have been, I don't know, re-inspired to do something that I haven't done in a very long time. Quite frankly, hold on a second, because I'm actually trying to find something here to show you guys. Should have prepared this. Yeah, well, let's just say this. I've been thinking of putting LED lights, and I have one light here, which if I put this on, let me turn it on. This is actually a new battery. There we go. So we have this light source here. This is a little thicker. This is around, I believe this is a 1mm size Mono Y, and I think I could put it there on the eye of this guy. Now the big question is, can I do it with this one? The problem now, yeah, I would have to somehow gut that part to put this. I'm actually reminded of the time when I was building, what was that kit? Was it the Draw C? No, not the Draw C. I made that custom Camphor when I was doing the that major diorama scene from when I did my diorama build for GBWC 2011, I think it was. And it was not the best, of course, but I was making a custom Mono Y for that Camphor because it looked really weird with that. It didn't come out the best, I have to agree, but I said to myself, I have to do it better next time. Now with this guy, I'm going to see if I can, the only thing I can do is maybe drill a hole, stick this guy in there, which I do have a second one somewhere around here. I do have another one. Stick that in there, and then light it up. Battery pack wise, I think what I'm going to do is if I do a scene, I'm going to see if I can shimmy the wiring all the way down the body, so that way the connectors are on the feet. And then if I create a diorama base, I'll put both of them on it so the wires can connect, and then they're permanently on the base, and then I'll just switch them on. Probably use one battery, do a parallel connection for this, and see how that works. Mind you, this is all ideas and speculation. I don't know if this will work. I may be talking out of my ass as always, but I'm going to try this. I haven't thought of the scene yet, but I want to do something like one's a sniper getting ready to fire while the other one's like a spotter or whatever. And then I'm going to see if I can get either make my own structure building wise or something like that, and we'll go from there. As a matter of fact, now I just remembered something. Hold on a second. As I was talking, I thought I must have purchased this a while back, and I didn't know if I got it or not. I thought I had one of the 30-minute mission scenes where you had the base and the highway and thing like that. But instead, I forgot that I purchased this guy right here, which is the customized scene base, which is great for an internal, for a display type setup, but not for something like this. So, nice idea in my head, but it didn't pan out. But that doesn't mean we can't figure something out along the way. Explore, discover, and make something unique. Alright? With that being said, let's begin building the Zaku I sniper team, you could say. Alright, so we're going to figure out how we're going to work with the LEDs here. And it's only going to be for the monowire, obviously. I'm not going to do no thrusters or beam. Maybe the beam rifle will have an LED light going through that. I have a lot of the LED lights that I purchased through Wish. And this will be technically a permanent fixture onto the diorama base. This is not something where I'm going to, you know, build the kit, try to find a place inside the kit to put the battery inside, and then that way it's mobile. That was like, that's what I originally was thinking in the past when I was thinking of putting on LED lights on model kits, saying, okay, where do I put the battery, you know? And yes, there are numerous sizes of batteries that can fit inside a Gundam, whether it's a high grade or master grade. You also have to think of how to remove the battery and replace it with another one. Because clearly once the battery dies, and that's it, you're one and done. I mean, a regular high-grade kit doesn't have enough room to squeeze in something inside that will allow you to have both the light source, the wiring, the battery, and if possible a switch. Like, for example, something like, and I'm going to pull this out here because I haven't built this kit yet. So we have the Zuda, which was basically the direct competitor to the Zaku I, which of course it lost. If I would have put a light source in there, then the wiring would go all the way under and inside the backpack here around there, and then I would have to find a way to pop this out, to put the battery in, and then put it back in again, maybe put a switch here. Now this is fine because of how big it is, and maybe I can figure something out. But you have higher grades that are even smaller than this, and what just fell? Oh. What was that? You have high grade kits that are smaller than that. And unfortunately I don't have, oh yeah, I'll use this guy, which I recently built last year, which of course I screwed up. But yeah, this high grade G40, if I would have put a light source in the head, it can be done. The problem is though that there's no way to put a battery pack inside. You would have to somehow funnel the wires all the way down to the legs, put it on the base, and then that's it. You can turn it on. So the battery pack will be on the base itself. So these are the things that you have to think about when working with LED lights and putting it on a Gundam kit. Master grade, high grade, even perfect grades. Perfect grades, of course, has a lot of liberty because you can put the battery. There could be a place inside the kit to put a battery pack, and then of course now with the recent perfect grade kits, they've engineered it where it's either in the base, of course, like you know like the Exia and the Unicorn and all its variants, but also like I believe the Unleash, the new Gundam kit, perfect grade, should have enough spacing in there. But I think there's a battery pack inside the chest area or in the backpack. But since I've never built it, I wouldn't know. So we're going to explore how we're going to finagle the lighting source inside these kits, and then how to power it. And it's going to be a stationary structure. But for now, let's assemble both of these kits and see how they look, respectively. Okay, so now we're going to begin building the Zaku Is, and we're going to start with the chest part first. First up is putting on these pellet caps that goes in the arms like so. That goes there. That goes there. And then we take this part, stick that here, and that here. And then we have this part. Whoops! Good catch. Goes here, like so. Okay. Then we go here with this one. That part goes there. That one goes there. This one goes here. And we have this part that goes there. Followed by this part. And then we have this little notch part here. It slides into this like so. And now we close it up like so. So there's this part here that is definitely going to need to be sanded down. We'll get to those later on. We have this, goes there. This one is the same thing, that goes here. Close this up like so. Then we have the cover part. Simple, just put it right there. If I can get it in there. There we go. I feel like it doesn't go there. I think I have to flip it around, but that's no big deal. Let's put on the chest part like so. So that part is done. Chest part on this. The green part on this. Come around, put the backpack. Backpack has actually the little notch there for like the umbilicals, similar to that of the Zaku 2.0. Yeah, Zaku 2, saying 2.0. Anyway, so here are the thrusters that go here. And that's it. Both of these parts are done. Neat. And we know where we need to work on to sand them down. And then of course hopefully these can come off easily, so that way it'll allow me to paint it separately. Alright, and then the backpack can be removed easily as well. Okay, let's move on to the next part.